been nearly 5 decades since the U.S. began phasing out the sale of lead gas for cars. That happened because we learned about lead's harmful health effects.
But there are still hundreds of tons emitted every year right above our heads. Many small planes still use leaded fuel, which worries neighbors near the Rocky Mountain Metropolitan Airport.
Tonight, Denver 7's Rob Harris is taking an in-depth look at the use of lead fuel, including why it's so dangerous and why action is coming so slowly.
By his own account, Dr. Robert Boutel would much rather be diving into the science than talking about it publicly. He prefers to be behind the scenes.
I drew the short straw of this, unfortunately.
But even still, he's become one of the loudest voices warning about lead in the northwest Denver metro area. He has a PhD from UCLA in material chemistry, and he now works at the National Institute of Standards and Technology. This year, he and 2 colleagues set out to find out just how much lead was around them.
We were very surprised because we honestly didn't know what to expect.
They tested windowsills at 9 houses spread across different neighborhoods near the Rocky Mountain Metropolitan Airport.
They were astonishingly high, a part per 1,000, which according to the EPA, if that was in the soil, this would be considered a Superfund site. So we are being exposed to a high level of lead in the area.
And help us to understand why that should be concerning to families who live in this area.
What the CDC says and the EPA says is that there's no safe levels of lead exposure for children. Over and over and over again, doctors, if you talk to any doctor, you talk to them like, well, how much lead is acceptable for children? The answer is 0. You want to minimize this amount as much as possible.
According to the CDC, exposure to lead can have serious health impacts, especially in kids, including brain damage, slowed growth and development, and problems with learning, behavior, hearing, and speech. That's why Flint, Michigan made national headlines nearly a decade ago, when its drinking water was contaminated with lead. And Dr. Boutel worries this could be our Flint, Michigan moment.
This does have health effects for children, which are permanent. And it's very important that we try to get rid of lead as much as possible.
Ever since Dr. Boutel and his colleagues discovered the high lead levels in nearby neighborhoods, he's been telling anyone who will listen, and he's inspired many to test for lead exposure themselves.
Well, this is a report that I got very recently from my doctor.
Charlene Willie's one of them. She's lived near RMMA for almost 30 years.
And it shows that I have a blood lead level of 3.5 micrograms per deciliter of blood, which by CDC standards is a level of concern.
Tell me the reaction inside and outside when you get that result.
It was terrifying. It was terrifying.
Willie's pushing on elected leaders from city council to Congress to end the use of leaded aviation fuel.
It's really hard to have hope. Hope not just for myself, but for the kids that are growing up in my own neighborhood right here.
This actually wouldn't be a totally unprecedented move. The same fears being raised here have been raised across the country. And last year, Santa Clara County in California made the decision to ban leaded aviation fuel at its airports. The county commissioned a study and found high levels of lead in thousands of kids near one of its airports. But Congress seems to be on a different page. It has set an overall goal to phase out leaded fuel by the year 2030. But the FAA reauthorization bill would actually prevent local airports from phasing it out on their own in the meantime, if they offered it as of 2018. That bill is now in the Senate, and that's why residents like Charlene Willie are trying to put pressure on our senators to change the bill before it becomes law.
It may not seem like it, but we actually are really trying very hard to transition from lead.
Paul Anslow is the director of RMMA. He told me he agrees that we need to end the use of leaded fuel as soon as possible, but he says it'll take 2 to 3 years to have the money and the infrastructure needed to do that at RMMA.
You have to have the tanks, the fuel trucks, the infrastructure to support that. And then the final one is really the refinement and distribution. There's 19,000 airports in America. We're all transitioning away from that lead.
So if doctors are telling us and scientists that this is a danger potentially to children, should there be more pressure on the FAA, on Congress, to make those resources available you're talking about and speed up the timeline?
I will say the FAA does a great job. They have, just like everybody, we have limited budgets. They have to support all those aircraft. But on the same note, I would say absolutely. We're a fairly successful airport. We're actually one of the more successful airports in the country. but coming up with a $2 or $3 million infrastructure is difficult. There's a lot of small airports that are never going to have that money. So I think absolutely, if government and pressure on the FAA, pressure on local governments, state governments, federal governments, if they could come out and put pressure on and really make dollars available, that would be a fantastic thing for the country.
Many, like Charlene Willie and Dr. Robert Boutel, say we're already on borrowed time and don't have any left to waste. Dr. Boutel himself also lives near RMMA, and he and his wife have made a big life decision.
I was extremely excited to come here and start a family with my wife. However, after learning about what's happening, I can't in good conscience bring my child into the world knowing that they would be put at risk. We put these plans on hold until something actually happens.
For Denver 7,
because it is that severe.
I'm Rob Harris.